Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. This video will be about something what can happen to any Toyota Tundra owner. It is a limp mode. And what is the limp mode? Well, it's the mode or situation when the computers in your vehicle are not allowing you to use the vehicle to the full potential. There might be problem in the engine, there might be problem in transmission, and the computers will, let's say, let you use only 2 and 3 gears instead of all 6 which are on this Tundra. That of course will be accompanied by the check engine light on in your instrument cluster. There could be one or a bunch of codes, and basically you cannot use the vehicle fully. And this is one of the reasons why I was able to purchase this 2007 Toyota Tundra SR5 two-wheel drive for a discounted price, because she's broken and she's basically experiencing this limp mode. So let me explain every single detail what happened. So a couple of months ago, a young gentleman bought this vehicle as a used, did the transfer, and within a week or two he ended up in the limp mode with the truck. He said it will not go over 30 miles per hour. He wasn't sure if the transmission is malfunctioning or what is going on. He took it to our local shop in the town, and this is what they said. Customer states that under load, vehicle feels like the transmission is slipping. The RPMs go high and the engine revs up. Check engine light is on. So the shop scanned the computer and there was only one code, and it was P2447 secondary air injection pump stuck off bank 2. Now comes their analysis and testing. Cleared codes, ran air pump test, sets code, went to driver, provided power to bank 2 air pump. Pump will not stay running and sounds terrible. Suggest air pump for bank 2. However, these vehicles are known for having air pump problems and requiring entire system replacement. So testing, diagnostics, parts, labor to replace one of the air pump, with warning from the shop that all the other components should be replaced too. Costed this customer $1,000, and he started driving the vehicle again. Unfortunately, within a week was back at the same shop. So the shop said, we will gladly take care of you, bring it back, we will check out what's going on. How come you have again problem in 1 week? They scanned the computer, the same code, P2447, and it was clear that their recommendation and warning when they said, hey, it's a complex system, there are more components, they might be bad. So they were right. It actually needs more parts and more work. Let's go and look at it together. So let's go first see what was replaced. We said there is a secondary air injection system that comprise from 2 pumps which are hidden right here, right behind this plastic panel. There are 2 pumps, number 1 and number 2, because when we look on this 5.7 liter V8 engine C3URFE, we have a bank 2 and bank 1. The way Toyota speaks about the banks and cylinders, this is a number 1, and they name or mark the cylinders 1357 and 2468. That may be different on a different makes, but this is how Toyota does it. and I still have it apart, and this is perfect opportunity for us to discuss what is going on here and how I'm fixing it. So there is a connector which you see the number 1 written on it and number 2. This connector goes direct, these 2 wires go direct to the pumps which are right there behind that panel, behind that metal. And you can, all of you, if you have these problems, can test it. If you disconnect this part and apply to the minus and plus, it's a black and kind of reddish wire, minus and plus, you will energize the pump, you will perfectly hear the sound, and you can see if it's running or if it's full of debris and it's barely screeching. You can hear it audibly. Both of these, and this is the brand new one. This is brand new connector, I put a 2 on it. This is what was replaced, I confirmed it. I had that splash shield off. I checked visually both pumps, I just didn't film it for you. That's my mistake, and I'm not going to redo it again. I apologize. When I applied the positive and negative 12 volts, you can use your battery or external battery. You will perfectly hear that number 2 pump runs perfectly, and number 1, which was not replaced yet, runs also nicely. The second check you will do, if you want to see the pumps are not full of water or basically going bad, you will again use your multimeter and you will measure the resistance of the pumps, the ohms. So on that setting, when it's brand new out of the box, it's approximately 1 ohm only. It should be between 0 resistance and up to the 1. Both of them, when I measured, one of them was 1 and one of them was 1.1. So basically they are perfect at this moment. I'm not going to replace the other pump yet. Of course, the other shop correctly said, hey, don't replace just the one which is grinding and is being bad. For the future, replace both of them, number 1 and number 2. So now you may ask the question, how come the repair lasted only few days or 1 week, and he was back having the limp mode and back with same identical code? And that's because it's a complex system, and it's not just the pumps, but it's also those valves which you can see right here. So the pumps for that secondary air injection are using these hoses. This is coming down to them as we discussed. You can see the routing right here. That's these 2 hoses, and it's coming to those valves. And that's why the other shop recommended to the customer that it should be replaced all at once, because most likely that problem will come back in the future. So you might think, okay, why the young gentleman, the previous short-time owner, didn't do that? Well, he was quoted for that remaining repair, and it's about the money, it's the budget. I have the paperwork, I inherited with the vehicle, and the job said this. These are the decline jobs. Remove and replace air injection system control valves, which we just looked at, plus still that air pump number 1. Well, their quote was $2,600, and that's when the previous short-term young gentleman owner said, done for us, this is lemon, I just bought it, it's broken, and it will cost so much, I rather sell it to Peter. And the family found him already new vehicle. He got a small SUV 4-cylinder. He loves it. He's way more happy with this big box. So he moved on, and it's, let's say, happy ending in this case. So let's see what has to be replaced or what I did to fix this problem. and you already saw it. These are actually new valves, second air injection valves. It's already replaced. You replaced also two metal gaskets which are on the EGR pipes. As you can see, it's almost impossible to even film that. I had no one to hold the camera or anything like that, so I did it off camera. Also, I already filmed that in the past, this procedure and these items on this channel, so this is already filmed and you can find it up if you want to see how to do that. But of course I will show you the valves which I have removed, and right away from beginning I could see there is a lot of kind of yellowish debris in the bank 2 valve instead of the bank 1. Here you can see these EGR ports, and there is a metal gasket, so both of them, they need to be replaced. It's held down by the 3 bolts, 12 millimeters, and only if I take it apart you will understand why it failed. So let's go and do that. So this will be T25, and I will remove all the bolts, and now I can disconnect the units, and right away here you will see the damage. Look how this seal right here is completely, you will say, chewed up or something. It just looks horrible, and we have here the problem on that bank too. Look at this one for comparison. This is how it's supposed to look like. This seal still has a normal shape as it was brand new. That's how it should look. Also, these are called reed valves, and if we pull them, I bet you they keep sticking open. Now look at that. Yep, look at that valve. This is just a gasket. So this should be like a flap which can close and open, and these flaps are fully open. This one is on the 2. How was it there? This way. And what's about the number 1? Oh yeah, that's also failed. Do you see? If I put it against that silver, yeah, it's fully open. This valve will not close. They're supposed to open fully to this part, but they should close. And it's all bad, and basically the system cannot work anymore, and it has to be replaced. So now you are experts on secondary air injection system on the 5.7 liter V8. Just note, 4.7 liter V8, the valves are separate in a completely different location. So I have everything perfectly installed back. While I was working on that job, I also did a throttle body cleaning, so on the first startup there will be very high idle. I pushed her out without starting yet to have a space to go ahead and erase the code. I want to start from fresh start, so delete, erasing. Erase was successful. As you can see, all the monitors are flashing after the erase, but that's fine. So we can finally start up 197, 330 miles on the odometer. There should be super high idle, as I said. But I hear the pumps running. That might be the belt, but I heard definitely the pumps running on the startup. So I will have to wait, and the computer will adjust to that new airflow on the throttle body, which is allowing way more air coming past it. It's a 1500 RPM. The air monitor is already steady. It's not flashing. She's very nicely going down with the RPM. As you can see, you can hear it hopefully. We have perfect charge from alternator, oil pressure, engine oil pressure right in middle, fuel, I like more fuel, the temperature of the coolant is coming up, and this is automatic transmission temperature. This is incredible cockpit. It's almost like in the airplane, so many things you can see. She's purring like a kitten. That squeak is gone. It will be one of the pulleys, most likely, on the serpentine belt. That's a typical situation. Then on the cold startup, it will squeak and then it will go away eventually. So I drove her around, went through the many cycles. She's running very good, I will show you. There's no pending codes or anything, everything's fine, so I consider this fixed and I can move on another projects, like removing that horrible stereo system which is in her, which you know you cannot even put the seats back. So I will try carefully remove all of that, not damage it, not damage the vehicle. All these will be going out. This stereo, I have no clue who will buy that. But here is the truck. Everything's fine. She's purring like a kitten, she's happy. So I will continue with a good work. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Pretty sure many people will find it helpful in the future. If you like it, please give it a thumb up and stay tuned. I have way more coming your way soon. Thank you for watching and have a great day, my friend.